Hi, Cindy of Mama Bear Vinyl here, and this is my recap for week 3 of the 50 album challenge. And so this week I kind of changed it up. The first 2 weeks I used Discogs and had the randomizer choose records out of my collection that maybe I haven't listened to for over a year or two. And this week, though, I decided to change it up and I went to the shelves myself. And I really wanted to feature some great female singers. So, what I did was choose 10 albums by fabulous female artists. And these are albums that I haven't listened to in a few years. Not because they're not great albums, it's just having a sizable collection. Sometimes I just don't get a chance to listen to everything that I have. So this has been a very pleasant listening week with the 10 albums, and I'm just going to jump into it. My first album is Cyndi Lauper. She's So Unusual. And this is such a wonderful album from 1983, synth pop. This is her debut album, and it is so good. It has Money Changes Everything, Girls Just Want to Have Fun, Time After Time, She Bop, All Through the Night. So just jammed packed full of great songs. This album definitely brings me back to high school and just hanging out with my girlfriends and going cruising and just really great memories. Just love this album. Awesome album. The next album I listened to was one that I picked up just because of one song, and then once I listened to the album, there are so many other great songs off of here, and that would be LaBelle, Nightbirds, and of course this has the hit on it, Lady Marmalade, and this is 1974. It's kind of like a disco funk album, but it is so much more than just that one song. That was the reason I picked up the album back in the day, but just a really great album. Really love that song Nightbird. Nightbird on here, and All Girl Band. I like that song too. So some really great songs off of here, and that is LaBelle, Nightbirds. The next album I listened to this week is a classic, and that is Joni Mitchell, Blue. And this is just such an iconic album, I feel like. I love the middle. It has the lyrics in there. So I was curled up on the couch this week listening to it, rereading the lyrics to some of the songs I didn't remember the lyrics to. Just such a good album. I love that song, A Case of You, one of my favorite songs by Joni Mitchell. Love that song, California, also. Just a really great album. The next album is Pat Benatar, Crimes of Passion, and this is circa 1980. Another great album, lots of great hits off of this album. Treat Me Right, You Better Run, Hit Me With Your Best Shot, Hell Is for Children. So this was a great listen. Great listen. I was also surprised, this is my only Pat Benatar that I have in my collection. So next time I go crate digging, go to the used record store, I'm definitely going to look for some more Pat Benatar. Really enjoyed this. The next album is Bobbie Gentry, Ode to Billy Joe, and this is 1967, kind of Mississippi blues, country blues album. It does have the hit on there, Ode to Billy Joe, and that is such a great song. really good album. If you like the blues or like country, I think this is a solid album. This was her, I believe, her debut album. So really great. And that is Bobbie Gentry. The next album I haven't listened to, again, like all of them, I haven't listened to in a while. I really, really love this album. It's an album where she's asking you to really think, not just listen, kind of think. And that is Tracy Chapman's debut album, Tracy Chapman. And this came out in 1988. It has Fast Car on it, talking about a revolution, Baby Can I Hold You. Sorry for the reflection there. But just a really good, solid kind of singer-songwriter, folk rock type album. Really great. The next album, I kind of feel like everyone should have in their collection. And though it's been a while since I listened to this album, it just has so many great hits on it. And that would be Carole King, Tapestry. And this came out in 71. And of course it features James Taylor on some of the songs. Just a really great album. Has I Feel the Earth Move, It's Too Late, You've Got a Friend, Will You Love Me Tomorrow, Natural Woman. Just a really solid, great album. I can't say enough good things about this album. Just really, really great. And the next album is Stevie Nicks, Belladonna. And this was her 81 solo project, produced by Jimmy Iovine. And of course it has Stop Dragging My Heart Around with Tom Petty on it. This is such a great album. Also, I just had a great week listening to my fabulous, lovely ladies of my vinyl collection. This one also has Edge of 17 and Leather and Lace. Just a really great album. So that would be Stevie Nicks, Belladonna. And speaking of Donna, my next album was Madonna's debut album, self-titled Madonna. And this is from 83. It was an awesome spin. Totally brought me back to my teen years. Saturdays watching American Bandstand. I remember seeing Madonna on American Bandstand, her debut. And this album has Lucky Star, Holiday, Borderline, Burning Up. Just so many great songs off of this album. And Madonna, just a spectacular artist, and she keeps reinventing herself and just staying with the times. Just a really great album. So this one, it was a wonderful spin. So my last album for the week as part of the 50 album challenge is one I haven't listened to in a few years, but it's an awesome album. Like this whole week, all of the albums I really enjoyed. They're all albums that are worthy, like really fit me and my music collection. And the last one I listened to is Aretha Franklin, and I Never Loved a Man the Way I Love You. And so this is a 67. This is a reissue that came out in 2001 by four men with beards. And actually, it's a really great reissue of this album. So many great hits on here. Respect, I Never Loved a Man the Way I Love You, Baby, Baby, Baby. Has the Dr. Feelgood, not the Motley Crue Dr. Feelgood, but still very provocative song, Dr. Feelgood. Do Right Woman, Do Right Man, and of course Sam Cooke's A Change Is Gonna Come. This is just a fabulous album. Again, this is one where if you haven't really listened to Aretha, you know what? Pick this one up. Give this one a stream. I just feel like it's a great, great album. And she is, there's a reason why she is the Queen of Soul. So, awesome album. So, thank you for tuning in for my week 3 shares. And I've just been having a really great time with this 50 album challenge and rediscovering my collection. Like I said, this week, all the albums I listened to, I chose them off of my shelf, but they're ones that I haven't listened to in a few years. But they're still solid. They're records that I really enjoyed listening to and giving a spin. And I was very excited about this week's listening. So, thank you for tuning in, and everyone have a great week.